Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. All right, so I'm back in that bag. I'm back excited about track and field. I loved what happened over the weekend. So yes, I'm ready to tell you my thoughts on what happened, with a few other athletes over the weekend, and yeah, what I perceive will be happening in the future. And of course, y'all can tell me what you think in the comment section below. I love being in this bag. I love being excited about track, and I love just discussing my thoughts with y'all. And of course, you telling me in the comment section. So now I'm sure you've seen the title. So a lot of y'all know what this is about. And yeah, I have a question, right? I definitely have a question as it relates to, well, for some of my trackies, and these are probably the American ones that, were all gung ho from the indoor season. I want to know if your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are still the same in terms of what your expectations will be come summer in terms of the times you'll be expecting from a Noah Lyles, right? I really want to know that. So let me know in the comment section. Now, over the weekend, we saw Noah Lyles open his season with a 10.01 seconds. I would say this is pretty standard for opening your season for these recent guys. So I wouldn't say it's, quote unquote bad. Maybe you would say based on the wind, he could have gone sub 10. I did believe that based on the wind, he could have gone sub 10, but I'm still not going to be going, crazy over the fact that he didn't go sub 10. Still think it was an okay performance to open his season and something to build off, right? But what I did find interesting throughout this whole 100 meters was his, clearly non-changing, start. Still the same horrible start. Still the same no dry phase, no allows, coming in and executing a 100 meters race, pretty much, depending on his quote unquote, ridiculous top end to run down the field and clock a win. Now, for me, I find this, part very interesting because I remember during the indoors, there was a lot of talk. I'm talking for people that were coaches, people that were, do commentary myself, but some of them are even former athletes, right? And I remember how everybody was just going wild about the fact that Noah Lyles was running, 6.43. That's the fastest he has gotten down to indoors this season. Really a big jump based on where he was coming from. He was in the 6.5s and a big jump this season, 6.43. But I just remember everybody going, yeah, he can definitely break that world record. He will definitely challenge. Some people were saying world record, some people were saying challenge 9.6s. All I know, the times were out there and the times were ridiculous. But for me, I always said, and I always held the point, and no, here we are, chickens are coming home to roost. So I would love to hear your thoughts. The execution clearly did not help. I remember saying back then that based on the 60-meter execution that Noah Lyles is doing, there's no way that this is going to have any effect on his 100 meters. There was literally no dry phase to speak of. Now, when it comes to the 100 meters, if you're expecting, really fast times, you have to ensure that, you're executing your phases, properly. Only you could say just a few really, really talented people are able to come back from a really poor start and run a fast race. And again, really, really talented people. Right now, am I gonna throw, Noah Lyles into this kind of once in a generational talent type of athlete? I don't really think so. Right. So with that said, based on the fact that I was looking at him from indoors and was like, pay attention to how he's executing the 60. There is nothing about the 60 meters that would help his 100 meters. And here we are in the first 100 meters of the season, and we see him back to the same old execution where the start is not given. There is absolutely no start to speak of, right? So with that said, I think I can, pop my color. I don't have a color today, right? But I think I can pop my color and say, well, I was right. Now, some of you may say, well, it's the only the first race, so we can't really tell. But going off this first race, yes, track is he will get faster. For me personally, he will be getting faster. I do believe as well he's capable of running a personal best. I'm still expecting the 9.7 personal best that I estimated earlier on in the season when he was running the 6.5 4.3. Sorry, I'm still estimating 9.7 clocking, but it is not anything remotely close to what some of y'all were thinking, because at the end of the day, he still has the same problem. He still has the same problem. And I, start to think that sometimes you guys tend to underestimate some of the phenomenal performances that we saw back in the day. When we look at the likes of, the 9.6s. Let's just look at 9.6s. Only three athletes were ever able to run 9.6 and or faster, and only one person went faster, and that was Usain Bolt with a 9.58 world record. And when you think about the athletes that broke into 9.6, it was just literally just a tiptoe. They barely just tiptoed into 9.6. And when you looked at these athletes from a technical perspective, superior start, superior acceleration, and clearly all the phases of their races were phenomenal for them to get this time. No, let's go back and examine and say, is that the same thing? Can we say the same thing for Noah Lyles? No, I definitely don't think we can say the same thing in terms of what we were seeing back then versus what we're seeing now. So yeah, I definitely think you guys overestimated the 6.43 indoors, not looking at the technical application of the race. And look here, I'm not even a coach, which it kind of surprised me if I was able to pinpoint in that race, in those races, sorry, indoors, that okay, he's still having the same issue. So how would you apply that to a 9.6 or a 9.5, right? When there's simply no dry phase to speak of. If I'm not even a coach and I can clock this, I was just curious as it relates to how some coaches were out there throwing out world records and also 9.6s. I'm like, I guess we just eat up, we just get up and start running 9.6s now. I guess that's what is happening. And again, it's not taking anything from Noah Lyles, because I do believe that he has a championship mindset, and championship mindset is also very important when it comes to winning, and I'll never take that from him, right? But when it comes to the overestimation as it relates to times that he will run, then definitely you're not gonna see me join that bandwagon just so from what I was seeing, especially earlier on this season. No, I could be wrong and I could eat my words, and I'm sure y'all will be coming back here to clock me in the future, which of course I appreciate it, because when I'm wrong, y'all call me out. Just like when y'all are wrong, I'll call you out, especially in this moment when we see that, yeah, I was right. Yes, his technical application over the 60 meters has done absolutely nothing for his 100 meters. We have seen athletes in the past, able to execute a proper 60 meters, and it has assisted them in the 100 meters. This is not one of those cases. And I pointed that out from day one. So it's very interesting to me to now see, that we're here. And I don't know, I guess people were expecting to see some kind of miraculous thing going on. But again, nothing has changed. So no, I want y'all now to come into the comment section below and tell me your thoughts. Noah Lyles, what are you expecting this season now in terms of times, based on the fact that one, clearly his execution hasn't really changed? Are you still expecting 9.6, 9.5? Or are we now kind of tempering our expectations and be like, okay, yes, we will get a personal best, possibly, but it can't be anything as wild as that? Or has nothing changed for you, and you definitely think Noah Lyles is still on target to run 9.6 and 9.5? If it's one thing I have to say about Noah Lyles, he loves to take, the fact that people doubt him as motivation, to push him to do something ridiculous. So look here, if in the future he does run 9.6 this season or 9.5 or something, that would be something crazy, because it's like, I told y'all I could do it and everybody doubted me. But anyway, yeah, I'm one of the doubters as it stands right now. But anyway, as I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and of course subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.